Welcome back everyone. This is Kristan at nandito na naman tayo for Crypto Conversations. And again, by special request and because of the high demand, ibabalik ko sa inyo yung aking guest na isang crypto OG trader na si Coach Miranda Miner. Welcome, Coach. Kumusta?
Okay, thank you naman mga... May pangalan na ba yung show mga followers?
Alam mo, wala pa. Na-realize ko. I keep thinking about it.
Crypto Tanod. Hello.
Oh, yun.
Ayan. Binangalanan ko. No? Thank you for asking me to be here again. Thank you for allowing me to be here again.
Yeah, you know, when last time nandito ko kasi, ang dami mga questions yung mga tao at ang dami mga comments sila. Because apparently, I think you give a lot of good alpha information eh. So today, gagawin natin yung pag-usapan natin yung mga what's happening in crypto. And my God, umpisa na natin with the big daddy of crypto, Bitcoin. The last week was so depressing. Akala ko talaga we were going to break the support and go all the way na to 74 or I was even looking at 71. Pero now, yesterday we were at $88,000 per Bitcoin and now it's sitting at about $86,000 per Bitcoin. What's your take on it? Kumusta na tayo doon?
So two things. Technically speaking, may technical support na sumuporta sa kanya. Pangalawa, meron kasing mga rumors. Alam mo naman ang market buy the rumors yan, Chris, di ba? So, there are rumors. Again, market is buying the rumors that IMF is going to potentially add Bitcoin to their portfolio. And that's IMF. Diba? And then number two, you're seeing now, if you took a look at the trajectory ng buying behaviors ng mga whales, particularly on the ETF, we're now seeing for the past 6 days consistently positive net buying sila. And of course, you have MSTR, last Sunday, Sailor hinting, again, because whenever they hint an orange dot, meaning Monday bibili sila. Well, it's an OTC, wala namang affect sa price, but it looks like they're buying. Or again, so these are the things that normally come out as a narrative after the FUD.
Okay. Pero ang question ko, when you talk about the IMF, sa akin kasi, I know that IMF just recently banned or made an agreement with El Salvador to not buy any more Bitcoin.
Or make their regulations more restrictive in a sense that would allow them as a byproduct to let go or let loose of their control of Bitcoin. Kasi syempre, think about it, Chris, it's a traditional regulatory body.
Yes.
And if they have an asset that they cannot control, naturally sa isang organization yan to be control freak, so to speak. Therefore, they're gonna be creating a lot of, I would say, rules, no? Para makautang lang sa kanila yung isang bansa.
Right.
They're going to make it very restrictive in a sense that, okay, bitawan nyo muna si Bitcoin. But natural yan kasi, syempre, IMF, kayo wanna control money, monetary, but crypto is not monetary. It's obviously digital asset. Diba? Well, monetary in a sense, but, it's decentralized. No one controls Bitcoin.
Yeah, so but with IMF coming in, it looks like it could be the one that sets the standard to be able to really allow nation states to be
100%.
buying it.
100%. Even, actually, yung rumor nga lang na XRP is gonna be part of the SWIFT. XRP,
Right.
XLM, etc. Yun pa nga lang, if any rumors of potentially marrying together your traditional finance with your decentralized finance, it's a big rumor.
Right, but at this point, do you think that there is credence to that rumor or tingin mo, paano kung hindi magkatotoo yun? What if yun na nga lang yun? Rumor lang and it's not gonna go anywhere. Paano
As a
na?
trader, you buy the rumor.
Buy
Buy the rumor. You leverage on that buy the rumor mindset.
So what are you saying now? When the news comes out, sell
And
na.
sell the news.
Okay, no matter what.
Right. Kasi, go back, a few weeks ago, March 7, nagkaroon ng, di ba, Sunday, from our last episode, di ba, Sunday, nagkaroon ng rather, si Trump, nagkaroon siya ng post, strategic Bitcoin reserve. Pump. The next day, sold on news.
Yep.
Di ba? And then only to pick up again. So I think the market is just kind of playing this from that particular,
You just brought up the magic word for me, si Trump eh. Kasi recently, nag-tweet na naman siya o nag-post siya about his Trump coin. And what happened? Nothing. It was a dud. At this point, tapos na yung mga tao sa pambubudol ni Trump.
Right. Nakuryente na sila.
Nakuryente na. And you heard the news, diba? That 90% of all people that bought the Trump coin lost money. 90%. Yung 10%, whoever did the rug pull is the one that made a killing. Kaya wala nang effect wala nang credibility si Trump when it comes to his posts and tweets about anything about crypto. He did post about Trump coin. Sabi niya, parang it's the best or something, it's the coolest. May
Wala
ganun.
nang reaction yung market.
Wala eh. Pero if he did a post about Bitcoin, again, about that strategic reserve that he's been dangling at the crypto community, ano tingin mo? Meron pa ba yun? May effect pa ba sa market na? O ano na, hindi
No,
napapansin?
actually, in past couple of days, he had a guesting again, no? Although recorded siya, in front of the Block DAS. Meron siyang sinasabi niya na US is gonna be the superpower, etc., etc. I would say, let's all look into this with a grain of salt. Ibig sabihin, okay, let him talk, but the action is gonna be into the ground. Yung mga gumagawa sa ilalim. Case in point, number one, SEC. Diba? They dropped the case on Ripple, which is a big news, diba? Number two, you have Commissioner Ojeda, who's going to be now replaced by Paul Atkins for Senate confirmation. Tutuloy-tuloy na yan. Kinonfirm nila yung Operation Choke Point 2.0, wala na. Kinonfirm na nila yon. And then eventually, you have Senator Loomis, who's actually advocating, do not sell Bitcoin up until it hits $200,000. So, ang timetable natin, Chris, August of this year, dapat talaga 100 days ni Trump. First 100 days, ibigay niyo sa akin yung bill coming from the Congress that SBR na si Bitcoin. Promise niya yan, first 100 days. Minove nila ngayon ng August before the recess.
So they said na, you think mapapasa kaya yan sa ano?
Yun ang trabaho ngayon ng Congress. Kasi during the forum na ginawa few days ago, nagkaisa lahat sila na, okay, sinabi rin ni Trump, it's gonna be moved around August or July.
Oh, wow. Well, perfect timing if you think about it, because that kind of coincides with the halving and the cycle where
Selling may go away, they go back in September.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, ayan na tayo sa next cycle na tayo. We move on to the next cycle.
Right. And normally kasi Q4 rally yan eh.
Q4 yung rally.
Normally yan.
The last cycle kasi Q4 by November was when it started to go down na.
That was
end of November, parang ganun.
2021.
Yes.
But that time kasi transitory inflation issues na yon. So December, January bumagsak na, February, January 2022 because of the Russian war, inflation crazy. And then 2023, November going 2024, ito naman yung 2022 rather.
Yes.
Isang corrected. Ito yung FTX problem, November. Pero normally you will notice after long consolidation on May, June, July, pick up na yan ng quarter 4.
Okay. So barring any black swan events or any bad news, it should be good for the entire year na.
Well, historical numbers are not guaranteed. It does not guarantee results.
Okay.
Yun pa din. But it just so happened that even the stock market pumps quarter 4. Normally, mga holidays and holiday, Thanksgiving, people are masaya, etc. So, and by the way, from a scientific perspective, lumalabas din kasi yung mga projections ng mga tech companies on quarter 4. And normally bullish ang projections nila. Therefore, even the stock market would pump. Kasi since correlated si Bitcoin on in Nasdaq and
The S&P,
you will see a little bit of a move up there.
Okay, that's good. That's very encouraging because nga the last time I had this conversation with anyone, parang medyo doom and gloom na with Bitcoin na parang naka all-time high na tayo, baka nga hindi na. So may posibilidad pa pala.
Can be, but then again, for me kasi technically speaking, unless we're out and the market creates a higher high, meaning we break out the $95,000 immediate resistance. Yan yung 95,000K nung nag-tweet si Trump na nag-94.95 that's biglang binaba.
Yep.
Unless babasagin niya, doon na siya gagawa ng double bottom. Therefore, magiging neckline yung 95. Double bottom, neckline, pwede siya umakyat to 100. But 95 is your resistance.
Right now, that's a resistance.
95. And then, after that, you're going to have the 109, which is the previous all-time high. Unless hindi gagawa ng market structure of a higher high, then there's still a tendency for a retest on 75 or 76.
Yeah, but the good thing is kasi nung tinitignan ko nga yung charts ng Bitcoin, napansin ko that maganda yung support niya around the 76, 78, mga ganun levels tetest niya pero it would always bounce. So
maganda because, you're right. So two things. One, there's a support, and then when you look into the liquidity map, ang daming waiting orders doon.
Yun.
So yung mga tao, yung mga traders nag-aantay, kalabitin mo na yung 75, previous all-time high. Pag kinalabit niya, trigger order sa baba, akyat.
Okay, so when you talk about triggering prices up and down, one of the things that you mentioned kanina that I wanted to touch on, that people are not that siguro aware of is when you buy on OTC, you said, because a lot of the big players buy on OTC, why does it not move the price? Ayan.
Okay, buying in OTC only means you're buying it in a block price. Even in the stock market in the Philippines, it happens. So for example, for the regulators to protect the investors, they're going to declare, say, for example, SM is going to buy 17,000 stocks on a 1,000 peso per share. Block order yon. It's only being bought to protect, one, the investors. Kasi pag binili mo yun over the market, hindi siya consistent 100,000 pesos.
That's right.
Bibili yan sa 1,001, 999. So for you to protect yung block order mo, over the counter mo siya, meaning you're going to buy it on a broker or a dealer. Okay. From an investor standpoint, protected ka, and from a retailer standpoint, protected din ako. Ang problema lang namin as a retailer, because MSTR keeps on buying billions and billions and billions, sana bili na lang sa mga exchanges or brokers para pag bumili ka ng, let's say, $1 million worth of Bitcoin o aakyat ka ng, let's say, $10 yung Bitcoin para pataas ng pataas. But it doesn't happen that way. So OTC means, bibili ako sa'yo, you guaranteed my price, and then it does no effect to the market kasi guaranteed yung price ko eh.
Yeah, but what are you saying? You prefer that MicroStrategy strategy now, by the way, not the MicroStrategy, strategy buys on the exchange? That's what you're saying? You prefer it? Okay, sa akin kasi if
as
you
a retailer pero if you're the investor,
mas gusto mo yung stable na price kasi pinlano mo na yan,
correct,
you ordered it. But if you put that kasi on the market, if you put that on the exchange, the problem naman is that volatility, up and down. Then that could lead to a little bit more market manipulation.
Can be. Just a very good point. That's the reason why SEC will always ask and require, in a traditional market, require listed companies to declare block orders. That's a requirement. Pero of course, we're decentralized. For me, siguro optics yan. And then number two, there's obviously things that they need to follow, because you need to remember, Strategies was only able to buy these billions of dollars of Bitcoin because they're selling convertible notes. Ibig sabihin, uutang sila sa stock market just to convert. And by the way, let's just be very honest. Ano bang business? They have no business.
Right now,
they have no business. Like, what are they doing? They're not even Apple. They're not even Microsoft. What is Strategy doing? Nothing.
Buying Bitcoin. That's it.
They're in the business of what? Converting it and holding Bitcoin.
Yes. Right. I actually, a part of me, to be honest with you, it's very, I wish MicroStrategy would stop. Ako lang I would prefer that Michael Saylor stops buying Bitcoin. Kasi I worry about having it centralized na into one company where it's leveraged. He's using debt to be able to buy this. And did you saw what happened to the stock price of Strategy when Bitcoin's price went down? His exponential yung bagsak sa kanya eh.
Right.
And that scares me. Yeah, so the problem with that is it could cause this domino effect that could be worse for the entire crypto market pag bumagsak ang and then what if Strategy won't be able to pay for, I don't think that'll happen naman, but what if lang, may mga doomsday scenario ako in my head eh. Do you believe that Strategy should stop buying, or are you okay with him buying and he wants to buy $1 billion more, he said, di ba?
As a trader, I want him to buy to drive scarcity, right? As a trader, you really. But I think we're talking, kumaga, we're gonna be preaching to the religious here by saying na, okay, ang hirap i-convert ng mindset ng isang maxi eh. Maxi siya eh. He wants Bitcoin. He keeps on buying Bitcoin. He's a believer eh, di ba? And siguro, nagpapalakas pa ng loob niya. I mean, the superpower US is now buying Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. And what happens if the Congress in the US would pass it as a law? Ibig sabihin, whoever sits the next president cannot already, retroactively change it, etc. Right? Like what he did to Biden, if you remember, he converted all of the EOs, diba? So, but I think it's the biggest bullish news ever if it happens in July and August, because anything that drives scarcity for me is a bullish news.
And do you think talaga, what are the chances, percentage-wise, that do you think that the strategic reserve is going to happen? I heard that kasi that in Congress, in the Senate, parang maybe sila. They're not saying no, they're maybe. So meron pa ring resistance eh. Do you think the Republicans are going to be able to drive enough support to make it, to pass it into law?
Alam mo, sa palagay ko lang naman, tingin ko it's gonna be they have their work cut out for them. I think it's gonna be not really a walk in the park, right? But again, it goes down to his political will and how he's able to influence the other
Right.
equal branch of the government, right? So, at the end of the day, if they're really invested on it, marami rin silang issues eh.
Yes.
You've seen, if I can mention it, imagine yung mga Tesla cars pinagsusunog, di ba? If you're aligned to the colors of the right, it's crazy.
Yeah. So even the Tesla stock is, wow.
I know.
It's at,
They're ganging up on him.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, pero, I mean, wow, the political, that's the problem right now with the political atmosphere globally because of what Trump is doing. It's really affecting the overall market.
It is even the tariff, even the retro, even the yung labanan ng mga tariff from other countries,
Yes.
China and etc. I think obviously what happens is let's admit that the US is the biggest tide that floats all the boat.
Right.
Right? They're not a boat, they're the tide that floats all the market. So whatever he says becomes obviously a gospel. At least, when on the first time he says it. But if
Yeah.
it happens again, it becomes a boy who cries wolf.
Okay. Now, okay, so in this case for Filipinos naman, my observation is karamihan ng mga Pinoys still don't have Bitcoin. Okay. In this kind of a market right now, we're at the levels of all-time highs, close to the all-time high, but we could be at the end of the cycle. What do you recommend? Is this a good time for them to come in, to buy, hold, or should they wait until the next cycle? Anong tingin mo?
Okay, premise, only put money that you can afford to lose, right? And not a financial advice, as always we say, Chris. No? So for me, if there's an opportunity, if you're a day trader, then buy, sell. Look for those micro swings, right? But for me, if it's going to become a big investment at this
Yep.
point, lalo na kanina nag-88, 89 tayo kasi may tinamaang resistance yung
Yep.
Bitcoin. Meron kang multi-year. I was just charting earlier and the resistance was at 109,000 pababa. Meron kang tinamaang 4 times resistance on that particular trend line. So that's a very good sign. Pang-apat, pang-limang retest pa, baka umalago na tayo ng 90. Siguro you just need to wait a little bit more time, break out on that resistance, you can potentially add a couple of more positions.
Okay.
For Bitcoin.
Are you talking about long-term? Long-term?
No, within at siguro
Or trading.
mga trading.
For
Oo.
traders.
Pag long term, okay ako add kayo doon sa breakout.
Sa breakout?
Oo, kasi I think we're currently at 86. Yung nag-retest yan ng around 88 eh. 89.
Yes, oo nga, kanina.
Correct. So we were trying to do some charting kanina. Ang potential order nasa 89 eh. The stop loss around 87, 86, 88.
Okay. So,
Intraday but if you're going to add more, breakout, multi-year, de siguro add na sa tuktok. Pag nag-breakout pa ng another higher high, it depends on your strategy ha. Kasi iba ang strategy ko. No, meron na akong holdings ng Bitcoin eh.
yes.
Right? So this is not a new purchase. This is gonna be additional
Yes.
for me. By the way, another thing, if you have money, for example, you have let's say average Filipino, Chris, siguro mga 100, 200,000 pesos, pwede na ba 'yon? Meron silang ganung money inipon nila. For example, that they can repurpose from the bank. For
Okay.
example,
So, okay. Sabihin mo na-
100,000. Okay.
Yep.
See, if you wanted returns for your money, then if you wanted returns for your money, hindi pa mana version, hindi 10 years from now, then you don't go to Bitcoin.
Oh,
You go for coins that are correlated to Bitcoin that are on the lesser value.
wow. Okay,
Okay,
now.
so what do I mean by that? You see the coins here, di ba? You have correlated coins. You have your XRPs of the world. You have your BNBs of the world. Yung price action kasi niyan, meron siyang tinatawag na law of percentages. Meaning, yung 10% na takbo ni Bitcoin, 10% of Bitcoin is $10,000 for example.
Right.
Pero yung 10% na itatakbo ng isang meme coin, mas madaling gumalaw yun eh. Mas madali kang kumita on the decimals versus moving it. Mahirap pagalawin si Bitcoin ng $10,000.
Okay, eto lang. So I'll push back on that one.
Sure.
Sa akin kasi, ang takot ko lang especially for mga new first-time traders or investors, is if you tell them, sige, go with one of the, say, kahit the top 10
Sure.
coins, right? If you look at the top 10 coins, I've noticed, when Bitcoin goes up, they go up. Pero when Bitcoin goes down, they go downer. Sobrang baba.
Right.
That a lot of them until now have not been able to recover to where Bitcoin's level is. So I think we talked about it in the last video na parang I'll give you an example, some of the altcoins I bought. these are layer 2 coins.
Sure.
Optimism, Arbitrum. Arbitrum is what? Not even $1 right now.
Correct.
When Bitcoin hit the 80, 90,000, it was at $2, $3, $4 if I remember correctly, or even higher. And now it's not even $1. O yun ang nakita kong problem na baka lang maipit itong mga to if it's their first coin or if it's the first time they're coming into
You're right.
to crypto.
I don't dispute that. And therefore, this goes down to how you select your coins. Kasi at the end of the day, for example, XRP is still up from year to date, right? So kumbaga, from where it came from at 0.7 in the past 6 months, it's currently 300x from where it was before. 0.7 ngayon,
2.4.
2.4, so around, give or take 2.5x, right? So kumbaga, there's still that ability. And I understand what you're saying. For example, Ethereum is not really going higher, mababa siya, Solana, but there are nuances kasi no, na nangyayari. Which we also discussed before. Solana, meron siyang sariling FA, particularly on the meme coin. Medyo lumalabnaw ngayon. Therefore, when it's going down, people are selling. Therefore, bumababa talaga siya, bumababa.
Right.
But that's where you put your stop losses.
Okay.
Right?
All
So
right.
when you do your intradays, when you do your active trading, kung gusto mo yung magagandang galawan, go to your macro caps na maliliit yung prices. Then still make sure you put your stop losses.
Okay, well, you're talking about day trading. That sounds like you're talking about day trading,
Yes.
right? So when you're talking about day trading, are you talking about spot or leverage?
Okay. For me in my system, leverage forms 10 to 20% of my portfolio size. Okay. So I call it high potential coin strategy. Your spot should be around 40% for Bitcoin. Again, not a financial advice ka, Miranda. Pipitikin kita sa ilong. Okay? So for me, I wanted to become risk averse, especially for beginners. And you've talked to me when we were in the blockchain week. You were the moderator. I've said the same thing. Portfolio sizing, diversifying your risk and your assets. So 40% Bitcoin spot, the rest 30% altcoins, HPC yung iba, and then stablecoin yung iba.
Okay. And then so in that sense, you said nga that only ilang percent should be leveraged?
10 to 20%.
10 to 20%. That's
Maximum
it.
na yon. Yes, you don't overexpose on leverage. Mabubutas ka dyan. Especially yung mga all-in sa leverage.
Yeah.
Tapos makapag 100x pa, Chris, ay, sinasabi ko sa'yo, marami na ako nakitang mga sulat ng pinapadala sa akin. Coach, I'm a breastfeeding mom.
Oh my God.
Real talk.
Talo.
Coach, dear Coach Miranda, nagpadala sa akin ng sulat. Ano magagawa ko? Sabi niya, yung asawa ko 16 hours nagtatrabaho. Pilipino. 30,000 niya, inutang ko, pinang-trade ko sa futures. Yung pamilya ko, 30,000. Real talk, bro. So, what do you say to those people? Because instant money.
Okay, what do you say to those people? Oh, yeah. So they're here right now. They're watching and they're like, I bet you there's people watching right now
For sure.
na nasunog on leverage. Marami
sure.
nasunog on
For
leverage.
sure.
Oh, what do you say to them? Sige nga.
But the interesting piece on the episode is, she mentioned the word S, which is suicide. I'm not an expert on that. So, nirefer ko sa professional. Kasi I'm not an expert on suicide eh. If you're watching to me right now, that's the reality on trading. You need to really manage your capital. People do not make utang whenever you're trading. Do not ask for credit. No? Unless, not unless, but a lot of my listeners are beginners.
Right,
diba?
right.
So, yun ang ginawa ko. Sabi ko, consult a professional. And then, sinabi ko sa niya, from a trading perspective, ito gagawin mo. Kasi
Okay.
tinatanong niya ako, sabi niya sa akin, sabihin ko ba sa asawa ko? Malamang.
Of course you have
You
to.
need to tell your husband. He deserves that. Diba?
Okay.
But you're right, that's the reality today.
Okay, so ano ba lifespan? For example, sige, I'm sure there are people watching that they want to try leverage
Sure.
trading. So, basta 10% to 20% lang of your trading should be leverage. The rest of it, go on spot.
Spot ka na.
Okay, number one. Number two, in terms of leverage, ilang multiples ang okay na leverage?
Good question. That's also my topic in my previous episode, no? So, Chris, simplify ko na lang. Medyo magiging mathematics kasi ako dito, no? Ang asset kasi, we measure volatility based on standard deviation.
Okay.
Yung sabihin lang nun, yung laktaw pa akyat, laktaw pa baba.
Right.
Kasi pwede kang masunog pag nag-pump ng bigla-bigla. So we have a way to measure two standard deviation from the top into the bottom, which means kaya naming malaman from a measurement perspective ano yung galaw niya on the past 90 days. Kailangan mo malaman yon. For example, Bitcoin around 9% STDEV for the past 90 days. Ibig sabihin, in all intents and purposes, pwedeng gumalaw si Bitcoin 9% paakyat, 9% pababa. in the next 90 days.
Right.
Compared to a meme coin that can go as high as 60%
Okay.
standard deviation. Ibig sabihin, kahit mag 3x ka lang, kung naka-isolated ka, liquidated ka
Oo.
in the next 90 days. Kasi ganun ang galaw ng mga meme coins.
Okay.
So, to simplify it, ang recommendation ko is I will not teach you how to do deviations. I'll recommend that you use leverage, lower leverages, right, on extremely volatile coins. You need to remember, it's not the leverage ang dapat ang inaayos mo. Dapat ang inaayos natin is your
Position size. Yes. Okay. So sa leverage, sige. I mean, if you could just give a range, okay ba ang 100x or is that too high for Bitcoin?
Too much.
Too much. Okay.
20x.
Kasi it's stressful, ano?
20x intraday, 10x.
20x pag intraday.
Correct. Huwag ka lang mag-go 1x. You're just pinapayaman nyo lang exchanges.
Pag
Funding rate.
Pag 1x, di magkano ka na, nag-spot ka na lang, di ba? Okay. So, now, okay, position size. Oh,
Sure.
yung binanggit mo na. What's a good position size? Say, what do we say? 100,000 pesos. Sabihin natin.
Okay,
yun.
the high potential coin should be around 3% position size.
3%
of your
per
capital,
trade.
Per trade.
Okay. Bitcoin. You can go what?
Depende kasi saan ka nanggagaling. Kung wala ka pang holdings,
Oo.
pwede kang malaki eh. I mean, depende. For me, 40% of my pera. But again, yung pera mo let's say yung pera mo ngayon, dapat parte lang yan ng buong net worth mo.
Yes.
Hindi pwedeng yung bahay mo, yung kalabaw mo, ludo na sa Bitcoin.
Tinataya mo.
Yes. Dapat i-diversify mo din.
Okay. Sige. So, yun pala yung importante yung position size.
Correct.
Now, per trade, you said nga 3% kanina.
On high potential. Kasi kung gagalaw naman yan ng 20% or ng 5%,
Right.
malaki yun.
Yes.
Malaki yun.
Oo, pero some traders kasi, nakita ko with mga leverage traders, sometimes they do more than one trade at a time.
Yes, may maganda naman.
Ilan ang maximum pwede at a time in terms of trading?
If you're scalping, you can take profit kasi on a 5 minutes time frame, diba? So a scalper can do as much as 20 or 30 kung scalper ka in a day.
Yep.
If intraday, siguro tatlo nga lang nakikita ko in a day. Apat
Tatlong
lang.
trade na, tapos na.
Apat lang. Within the same day. You cannot go, tingin ko, beyond that. Kasi, you know what? Correlated yung coins eh.
Yes.
Pag pumasok ka sa XRP, parehas ang takbo ng Bitcoin,
Yes.
parehas ang takbo ni BNB, they all look together. So what are you going to do? Then diversify to other coins or other assets.
Okay, sige. And for the ones that are trading spot naman, may advice ka ba mabibigay sa mga yon?
Spot. Be careful on what coins you choose. Not everything is for spot.
Yeah, totoo yan. Okay. So, let's talk about specific coins naman today.
Sige.
I wanted to talk about Solana in particular. Sure. Okay. Solana kasi nga has been this meme craze that's driving its price right now. Anong take mo on Solana and where it's going in terms of price? It had dropped quite a bit, by the way. From the 200, high of 220 or 230, if I remember correctly.
290 pa.
Nag-290 na ba?
Almost.
Oh, now it's at 130? Magkano ba
120.
Solana? Mga ganun. Oh, so what's your take on it? This is the meme trend. Has it parang gone too saturated na wala na ba to? Or do you think may pag-asa pa tong Solana? Where do you think it's going?
Okay. Meron kasing FA yan. Most recently, Solana has been... remember during the FTX ruling,
Yes.
there was a liquidation worth of $2 billion of Solana. Lalabas, nabili nila yun ng $60 during that time. Na hold ng 2 years yun eh.
Yep.
So when the court already issued, okay, liquidate the creditors, current market price 190 pa lang, I already saw whales liquidating their assets.
Yun.
So they're selling it already, quote-unquote, through intermute rumor, na they're selling their Solana para gains na sila doon, once sumabas. So, again, I think it's the whales who are actually trying to liquidate based on their 2 years holdings. Kasi profit na yun eh.
Yep.
Aside from that, I think it's a correlated move to the market. Ang aking forecast sa Solana, not a financial advice. Okay? Maximum based on market cap, not more than 400.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So it's still a good time to buy then.
Not a 4. Kung long term ka.
Yes.
But if you're an intraday, bukas kailangan mo na ng pera, pitik ka sa akin kung bumili ngayon. Use your intraday charts.
Okay. Sige. So that's Solana. And by the way, did you see that Solana ad that came out and was deleted on social media?
Hindi pa. Ano yun?
Oh my God.
I might have missed it. Sorry.
It was an insanely political ad about like parang basta they were almost poking fun and being sarcastic about the left being too left-leaning
In the right.
versus the right, and parang you're too focused though on gender when you should be focused on making
Ito
money.
yung parang woke commercial.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
insanely
Nakit-
funny.
Oo,
I
oo.
watched it, but ang lakas ng backlash. But for me, natawa ako. And I was like, wow, wala ba akong empathy? Ba't ako natawa? Pero nakakatawa kasi. At saka dinelete nila agad. Na-realize nila that was such a bad
But why
move.
would they do that in the first place?
I think they were trying to get people nga to know about Solana. And I think it worked. I mean, sa akin, good news or bad news, it
Parang
worked.
clickbait,
Oh,
attention.
everyone was watching it. Everyone was talking about it in a bad way, but everyone was still talking about it, and then they deleted it. Now people are looking for a copy of it. It's hilarious that that ad.
Probably did not. Maybe it's a short-lived. Yeah.
Yeah, it lasted mga one day lang. One day lumabas, and then it just started spreading on social media. Hindi lang ma-delete lahat. Ando dun pa rin yun.
I think I've heard about that. The woke diversity
Yeah.
color. Yeah.
They
Okay.
were making fun of being too woke. When
Yun
you should
na
be
nga yun.
focusing on the economy, making money, you're focusing on what gender na parang. I'm like, oh
Alam mo,
Lord.
don't get me started with that discussion. Parang we need 1 more hour to talk about politics.
Hindi lang Solana, I also want to talk about the new coins that came out. And right now, it's gaining a good following. And for the ones watching, I think you guys know what I'm going to talk about. It's called 3.14 or Pi. Do you remember Pi when it started? This was mga 3, 4, no.
Even more.
2018, 2017 pa to eh. Yung Pi network na yan eh na walang crypto to. It was just a coin.
Yes.
It wasn't even crypto. And then people were saying, oh, buy this. Oh, no. Parang get free Pi coins. Alala mo yun?
Ima-mine mo siya.
Oo, ima-mine mo. And then everyone's like, I'm not even touching that. That was my concern about this. And then suddenly, naging crypto siya. And now people are messaging me saying, oh, you were saying na wala to. We're here now. Oh, it came out and the price did move. It pumped at one point.
Almost $3.
Right. Oh, what's your take on it? This Pi network. Natatawa ka. Mababash ka ng mga Pi followers. Anong take mo?
Sorry. Okay, so 2 days ago, I was in Shanghai. I spoke to one of the former core team member, Justin Wu, na I have a very exclusive interview with the guy. He's the very first marketing guy of Pi ever since. So I had an interview with him. We were in F1 watching and then we spoke. And meron akong mga sinabi doon na baka hindi nyo alam, panoorin nyo po yung sa aking video. Okay,
like that.
marami siya sinabi. Pero for me, I'm nowhere to judge. I'm going to be very technical on answering this question.
Sige, go.
Right. Okay, Pi. 2021, people were asking me, Coach, scam ba si Pi? My only answer is, as long as it's not asking you money, then there's nothing to scam about you.
Okay.
Right? Because you're not giving anything. Unless maybe you're probably talking about the kuryente, the electricity, because you're mining, then, there should be some returns, right? But for me, who am I to judge a particular project, right? But for me, overall, the coin itself, dapat, ang gusto kong mangyari, magamit na magkaroon pa ng maraming dApps or use cases. Number 2, marami pa ako nakikitang coins na hindi pa nabivest, which is also good, to be honest. Kasi kung nilabas lahat nila yan on listing date, lusaw ang price ng coin. Bentahan lahat. And marami pa rin siguro, no? Again, siguro for me, saludo ako sa mga followers yan kasi ang tagal nyo nagpa-follow. 2018, I was trading local stock market. May mga Pi na talaga.
Yes.
Kaya nga when they were asking me 2021, hold ka lang. Wala namang kinukuha ang pera sa iyo.
Yeah.
Diba? Whatever. And may mga kumita. Nag-leak ka rin ng liquidity, diba? Nag-list sa OKX. So, as long as they're not getting you money and you're able to manage the risk, then I think go with it. As long as, siguro, sabi ko nga, in everything that you do, moderation, di ba? Kasi anything in excess naman is bad, di ba? So just be mindful. Another thing, sasabihin ko to in your show. Sinasabi ko to in my show, no? As Filipinos, we need to be mindful that a token should not destroy relationships. That's for me. At the end of the day, if you want your project, even your Pi, your Solana, XRP, if you want people to buy your project, then you need to convince people like me, right, to understand your project. And convincing doesn't mean bashing.
Right. Okay. Pero here, ito yung isang parang concern ko with Pi Network. I just saw it. Like they had a big gathering, celebrating the
$300,000 worth of
$314,000 per token. What do you have to say to that?
Okay. Again, to remove, ako naman kasi Chris, for me to remove any stain of opinion, I go mathematics always eh.
Oh, sige, yan. Oh, sige, let's do math.
Okay, siguro, baka hindi ko rin alam, PM nyo po ako, baka hindi ko alam ang sagot. Sa akin lang naman kasi, I do this on Bitcoin, XRP. People were asking me, Coach, paano magiging $100 sa XRP?
Yes.
I said, the market cap you have two ways. Number one, you make the market cap, kung $3 siya ngayon, ang market cap niya is nasa 130 billion.
Tingnan natin sa XRP.
So, ibig sabihin, you need to have, kung price multiple tayo, magiging 20x ng price multiple. Ibig sabihin, kung magto-20x ka for XRP, yan, 141 billion. Kung ikaw ay magiging 20x, therefore, 141 billion times 20x to make the price organic.
Right.
Organic. But is that doable?
2.8 trillion for
Is that
XRP? Well, XRP baka pwede pa.
No, but here's the deal. It's only possible if you cannibalize the entire market cap of the entire crypto world, which is sitting at around 2 trillion plus lang.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, liquidity from Bitcoin, Ethereum needs to go alt XRP. Therefore, hindi siya doable today.
Right. No, but you're assuming based on today. But you know naman that the crypto market is a growing industry.
Yes. Okay, so couple of things. Number one, you need to remember the previous 2021 bull run, 3.5 trillion market cap tayo. Ethereum was around $600 billion.
Yes.
Right now, mababa na tayo doon. No? Ibig ko sabihin ganito, guys. You need to remember, number one, ang dami na nating tokens. Liquidity is spreading. Number two, para maging 20x yung price, we need new money.
Yes.
Hindi pwedeng paradigm fund flow. We cannot go and move funds around eh.
Yep.
This is happening with the VCs. They're buying here, selling here, buying. Just net, walang growth.
Yes.
Lumilipat lang yung pera. So what needs to happen is new money coming in, which is the TradFi, the banks, the pension funds, institutions, government. They need to all come in for XRP to be 100. On the same breath, the same for Pi, guys. Para mag $300,000 po iyan, kailangan kainin niya yung lahat ng pera ng crypto ngayon. And even more.
And not just that. Remember that traditional finance, not retail, the institutions, they are very unlikely to go into majority of these altcoins, including Pi Network. Papasok yung mga yan sa mga Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana.
And they need to diversify the risks, right?
Yeah. But they're gonna pick the top. They're not going to put it on some coin and I don't know, is it on the top? Is Pi on the top 100? I don't even know.
It's top 100.
Top 100 now. So, they're not gonna put any of the below top 20. Top 10 nga, baka hanggang doon lang sila eh.
Well, siguro unless they get better on their use case.
Right.
Or the dApps. Right? Na sinasabi nila there's gonna be, decentralized apps already. Kailangan nang i-roll out.
But that's a dime a dozen. My God, I've heard that story so many times with so many different blockchains and projects na nasunog na ako. Until now, I'm stuck with some of these coins.
That's true.
Now, from the last cycle and from the cycle before, na it's still just stuck there at some depressingly low number. I'm not even like, parang 70% down pa rin ako even today at the peak. Okay. Here's one of the coins that I wanted to talk about on top of the Pi. I'm glad you gave us that insight and sana hindi nagalit yung mga Pi holders at sana naman I think
Mathematics lang naman ako market cap lang.
Yeah, and para sa akin it makes sense eh. I don't know what they're thinking by thinking of the 300.
O siguro kung meron man Chris, then comment down.
Baka
Comment down below to this video.
Maybe they have a different take on it that we don't. Okay. Which I'm so curious what that is.
Ako din. Pero again, guys, for us, we're welcome to all projects. Right? But for us, pure mathematics, it needs to have liquidity.
Yes. Okay. Sige. Speaking of liquidity, then let's talk about another coin on the top 10. This one is ADA. Cardano. Ayan. What's your take on Cardano? For all intents and purposes, by the way, I have Cardano. I have a significant amount. And it's not bad right now, but how I wish it was much better. We're now at sitting at 74 cents. And I sold already a portion. Sure. I sold half of it at 80 cents, 81 cents.
Sure.
So, ano take mo dun? Kasi sa akin, so ako lang I hold Cardano. I've held it since 2019 and oh my God, Lord, it's like I feel like it's a ghost network na nga. It's one of the zombie networks that's just there and there's kind of activity but Not enough. And then I bought some of their coins in the Cardano network, and wow, it's just I play around on the
Right.
DeFi. I play around on the Cardano network. Well, it's depressing for me. I want to hear your take on it.
Alam mo, I've tried to start looking into projects, into the lens of what's working and what's not working. Napansin ko kasi, Chris, that yung space ng 2024, 2025 is an attention economy. Ibig sabihin, if you have an attention, then therefore you can attract funds.
Yes.
Yung risk profile and risk profiling of VCs and fund managers now don't just include liquidity, money in, money out, tokenomics. They now include attention.
Right.
Therefore, what I'm trying to say here is that at least on the top 10 coins you see there, they are victim of their previous success. Meaning, their previous success is organic. No, they're all technical. Vitalik, very, very technical. Charles Hoskinson, I met Charles Hoskinson 2021. Very, very technical. I was in Texas attending the consensus. He spoke about the projects, the wallets to be launched back then. I think the problem here is you have developers who are good on being developers.
Right.
What do I mean by that? They're lacking, and Miranda, you know this, I've been saying this for the longest time, walang marketing. Wala
Okay.
ka nakikitang, alam mo yun, yung oomph. Wala silang ganun eh.
Yes.
Unlike yung mga meme coins sa purong community, ra. That's why kahit walang kwentang coin, binibili.
Yes.
Right? So gawin, marry the attention economy with the technocracy of blockchain leaders, then you could potentially have a revival of those old school top coins right now, like Cardano's of the world. Again, Charles is not a marketing guy. I've heard so many of his YouTube live.
Oh my God. It's a disaster, actually. Some of the things he says.
Well, he's a professor. He talks like technicals, and he'll tune out after 5 minutes.
Yeah, and not just that, he bashes Bitcoin.
Yeah, because obviously
He has an interest, of course. Pero and at the same time, pero one thing that he did do well was he lobbied for Cardano to hopefully be part of the strategic
Which is?
reserve. I don't know if that, you think that'll happen?
which is, I think so.
You think?
I
Kasi
think
di ba, there's a debate right now between crypto reserve o kaya Bitcoin
No,
reserve
crypto
na.
stockpile.
Crypto stockpile na lang. Oh.
Tapos Bitcoin reserve.
Kung masama yan, then, kasi ni-name na eh. XRP,
Ni-name na.
ADA, Solana, Ethereum, ni-name na nila
Pero
yan.
tingin ko wag tayong umasa doon. Kasi to be honest, I was just doing my mathematics the past couple of weeks. Maliit eh. If you're talking about stockpile, less than 2%. Of the entire Bitcoin kung stockpile. Kung gagawing stock reserve, gagawing 200,000 yung price na mangyayari, bibili sila ng 1 million kasi meron silang 200,000 Bitcoin na nakulimbat ngayon sa mga
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
nila. And by the way, China is very close to them. US is 200,000 Bitcoin. China 190 plus thousand Bitcoin.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Ganun pala
They're
kalapit.
holding Bitcoin,
Okay.
man. They have.
Wow.
So, ngayon, ang sabi ng Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, lahat ng hawak namin, we're not gonna be selling it.
Right.
We're gonna be adding more. Proposal, 1 million Bitcoin per month or 5 million in the next per year.
Ay,
in the next 5 years.
1,200,000 per year for the next 5 years.
200,000 per
Right,
year.
per year, for the next 5 years.
Which is what they currently have. Therefore, 1 million. Kung 1 million Bitcoin is roughly around 5x, 5% of the entire supply
Right.
for Bitcoin. Pero kung stockpile mo siya, I don't think it's gonna be moving the price up. Optics lang yun.
Okay.
Kailangan pa rin yung gumalaw.
Yes, okay. So, do you suggest we hold Cardano or
Siguro if you're a little bit.
a little bit lang?
A little bit.
Just
Again,
in case
correlated move eh. Oo.
Oo,
I mean, if you're holding these coins, just reminder, correlated, double whammy ka, bagsak lahat yan.
Yes, so it's money that at least if you lose it, pag meron kang hawak pa rin na majority, like say on a Bitcoin, then
And it's the purpose of portfolio diversification because yes, some of your coins are bleeding, but you have funds to repurpose on entering intradays for futures on high potential coins.
Yes, okay. Pero at the same time, I don't know if you know this. I just found out nga that 98% of the coins that list on Binance, by the time it lists, actually dumps. 98%.
Yes.
Ibig sabihin, pretty much 98 out of every 100, dalawa lang ang nagme-maintain. Everyone else dumps on the price.
And if you don't know this yet, Miranda, then you're missing a lot. Okay, you need to remember, this is the reason why some of the exchanges are launching DEX.
Okay.
Because you're listing on CX means offering it to the critical mass,
Yes.
right? Which are the traders or retailers. Sabi nga nila, Binance is the list of last resort.
Yes.
Pag nilist sa Binance, benta mo na.
Yes.
Diba? Yun na yun. So I think at the end of the day, this is a function of VCs wanting to earn money.
I see. So parang exit strategy na nga
Yes.
ng exit
Yes.
liquidity na nila ang
Yes, kasi
retail.
you're being given free tokens. You have a
Yes.
token allocation as a VC. We need to pump this. We need to pay KOLs to pump this. And then once you get listed, benta.
So okay, ito naman. I have another question regarding your community. Would you say that yung may mga nag-fail, what happens to the people that fail? Do they ever come back once
They
you
do.
fail in trading or hindi
They
na?
do.
They do?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They ask for mentoring again.
They do. Bumabalik. Okay. And
No, but for the record, we even have we have students who have been asking many mentors to mentor them. Kasi iba-iba naman ng mentor style eh.
okay.
Diba? But yeah, they fail. And that's part of trading.
Well, why not just do copy trading? Yung parang kakopy na lang yung trade mo o kaya bot trading? Ano mo doon?
I was asked the same question, Chris, since on my first month.
On your first month
Yes.
as a trader?
My answer lang kasi always is, give a man a fish, you feed him a day. Teach a man how to fish, you feed him a lifetime.
Yes, I understand.
Ganun lang. I mean,
But at the same time, copy trading kasi it's just, listen, I'm just gonna ride on your trades. I mean, is that really comparable to parang giving the fish na lang? It's, di ba? I mean,
no, at some point, philosophically, you're right. But I think we're in the business not just on teaching them how to trade, but building discipline.
yes.
I think we're in the business of creating purpose and managing, not just on trading. You'll be surprised, yung mga estudyante namin, the way that they talk, the way that they look at life, nai-influensyahan din namin. That's a big thing for KOLs. Hindi lang sa trading. Coach, alam mo, nag-aspire na akong mag-aral pa ng MBA or gusto ko mag-aral pa ng Six Sigma or ng data science analysis because of the way you talk about numbers. You'll be surprised how powerful, influential we are.
Wow.
And you do as well, Chris. I mean, people who's watching us right now, they look at us. And they will look at you on how you look at your face, how do you comb your hair. Ganun yung mga yan. Kaya you need to be very careful on obviously what you say, what you tell them. Interesting.
Yeah, okay. That's good. And for you naman, like, so how do you spend your day now? Are you more trading or are you more mentoring? Nasaan ka na ngayon?
Alam mo,
Or vlogging? I don't know. Like,
alam mo sobrang busy na. In fact, we have an ongoing shoot right now with a couple of our friends. So abangan nyo, lalabas sa mga malalaking yan. Hopefully, sa mga malalaking platform. But, we're very busy. We were just in F1.
Nice.
2 days ago, we were in Shanghai. And before that, we were in other parts of the country teaching education or educating about crypto trading. We're going to be in Subic on March 31st. And then we're flying, yes. We're going to Dubai this April to meet Filipino traders and Miranda traders in our Crypto Byte session. After that, we're going to Bacolod Albay in mid of May. And we're going to Bacolod on June.
where do you find your community? Are you guys mostly on what social media platform? Telegram?
For the most
or-
part, we're like all SOCMED, but we're, for the most part, Facebook and YouTube.
Facebook pa rin. That's where most of the activity and conversations happen.
Yes.
It's still on Facebook.
Yes. A little bit on TikTok, but unlike you have millions, I have like a gaberangot in TikTok. So I'm trying to work on that.
Well, no, kasi on TikTok naman, depends on the topic that you're talking about. Crypto really has a very
Hindi,
small...
sabi nila mas pogi daw dapat, kaya kailangan magpapapogi. I need to look good now, so TikTokers na tayo very, very soon.
BCO lang yan.
Promoted.
Oh, di ba? Yun lang yun eh. Pero okay na yun. Okay. So, guys...
I don't know how to dance. They said they need to know how to dance for you to be famous in TikTok.
Alam mo, panoorin mo lang yung tingnan mo lang yung market movement ng mga altcoins na yan. Mapapasayaw ka talaga eh. The way it goes up and down. Grabe.
And I'm not dancerist. I'm a little bit of a singerist, but anyways.
Pero for me, yun na nga lang, one of the things that I noticed with a lot of people that trade crypto is, talagang paminsan-minsan parang obsessed ka with the price eh. Paggising mo, tingin sa price. I mean, do you do that?
I've done it. I've done it.
You don't do that anymore?
No, I'm doing it, but I'm controlling it. You know the reason why? I need to do it because I have a responsibility to my community to tell them what's happening.
Right. First thing, pagkagising. Oh.
Yes, what's happening. But over and above looking at the price, I have alpha sources kasi. So by the way, I have a VIP group kasi in YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I do.
You do?
I do. It's a it's a membership, not VIP. It's a membership in YouTube where I give my insights, around.
Okay. You're not gonna charge me naman for giving insight today, right?
Naman.
Yeah. Oh, yo. So at least you guys know that on YouTube, you can actually catch
I
Coach
do for
Miranda
a price of coffee, 129 pesos.
per month. Oh, that's pretty good. That's cheap.
Yes.
That's extremely cheap. And how much alpha do you give? Like alpha as
Well,
in
I don't
tip.
give. Well, to be just to be very fair, I don't really give alpha. I give rumors. I give updates. And then we do technical charting that's recorded
But it's only for the group,
for
the
the
paid
members.
group. So it doesn't come out in public.
It doesn't.
Ah.
It's a guided chart. Yeah.
I
So
see.
imagine for the price of 2,400 a year,
Right.
you get 200 days of charting sessions.
Wow, that's
It's every day, Monday
good.
to Friday.
That's good. You do 200 days every day.
200 days ba yun? Basta Monday to Friday,
Yeah.
56 weeks.
Monday to Friday, yeah.
56 weeks.
Oh, no way.
Every day. Hindi ka matutunan.
How long, how long
1
is your-
hour a day.
1 hour a day, what time?
10 to 11.
So,
Araw-araw yan.
kahit ma-miss nila, naka-record naman yung ginawa.
Yes.
Oh.
Lalo na mga OFWs.
Oh, ang galing. I did not know this. So, yan, guys. So, now you know. Pag gusto mo ng...
Pero optional yun kasi I give naman, free live naman minsan. So.
Pero, coach, ito lang para sa akin, when you do charting, you're not always right.
Oo. Pero
how-
may stop loss ka eh.
Okay. Pero, I mean, like, when you do charting, you say, okay, it's gonna go up, and then it doesn't go up, and it went down. Then do people say to you, Coach, ba't sinabi mo, ito yung chart mo, papunta
No,
ganun?"
but here's the deal. You're right. But that's why you put your take profit and stop loss.
Okay.
Because you're not guys. The market is unpredictable, irregular, non-symmetrical. Because if it's predictable, lahat tayo mayaman na.
Right.
We're not gonna be here. All of us will be in Hawaii doing surfing, right? So if it's predictable, but it's unpredictable. Everyone was saying tataas yan, but the market can become,
Yes.
your enemy.
So, and at the end of the day, when you talk about charting, and anyone that charts, okay, anyone that does technical analysis, is it fair to say that you're basically trying to make an educated guess? Is that a fair statement?
So let me rephrase. We do permutations. Ibig sabihin, potential moves of this can be so we draw potential moves, potential traction of the price. It can go bounce here. It can break. If it breaks out, then it's going to be a resistance area. We do that. We educate on the neighborhood of that particular price.
Okay. But you never say guaranteed.
No,
Of course not. Yeah.
Of course not. If someone tells you that, pakipitik nyo sa ilong.
No, pag ganun, unsubscribe.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Who guarantees, di ba? Even on insurance, fund values, wala namang guaranteed eh.
Well, kaya nga ako, I'm out of the Philippine market na nga. Wala akong VULs, mga gano'n, mga mutual funds. Kasi Philippines, wala. Sorry, Laitin ko na naman yung Philippine stock market. Wag na, hindi bale na. Alright. So, hey, Coach, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. At sa mga nanood na tong episode na to, I hope you guys learned as much as I did. I always enjoy talking to this guy because
Me
si
too.
Coach Miranda, marami talagang alpha to. At saka sarap na batuhan.
talking, di ba?
Yeah, even with the cameras turned off, we're gonna be talking. And even when we were at the airport, di ba? We were in Malaysia, ganda kami na ganyan about crypto. So anyway, guys, thank you so much sa pagpapanood nyo ng episode na to. If you guys like that episode, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And not just that, if you have any comments or questions, write it on the comment section dito sa ibaba. And before I go, Coach, do you have any one last words you want to say before we go?
Nako, marami, pero sabihin ko na lang, please don't forget to click on also, follow me in my Coach Miranda Minor YouTube channel as you follow Kristan, my good friend in crypto. Salamat.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a good day and see you guys on the next Crypto Talk.